First of all, we're absolutely delighted with the recognition that the Intercontinental brand has had this year. First and foremost, that the commitment to guest experience is a journey, it's not a destination. So we are constantly looking at ways in which we can evolve our thinking and evolve our approaches to be able to deliver a guest experience. Personalised for us is a suite of options that guests can choose that have been predefined. Where we're focusing on is really getting quite personal with it, which is then built on a level of empathy with the guest, a real depth of understanding what they're looking for from the guest experience, and then giving a suite of options that are personal to them as individuals. Intercontinental is in an enviable position there because with our 70 years of heritage around the world, we've got a deep cultural understanding from many parts, in fact all parts of the world, that we can then use to interplay when we're then looking at delivering a really personal experience. Intercontinental has made ongoing investments in driving the guest experience that our guests have across our portfolio of hotels. And I think the important element there is both head and heart working together. So it's them focusing on our colleagues to ensure that we're able to deliver those guest experiences. That, as I said previously, is all about supporting them with tools to do their jobs. Over the course of the last 18 months, every single one of our colleagues across the brand has gone through some form of new training. So really focused on that. And then married with that, it's then delivering the head piece, which is the technology which enables that great customer and guest experience. Everything we do begins with guest insights. And that's really at the core of our business. But what we've done over the course of the last few months has done a really much better job at marrying data, analytics and insights to put that right at the core of our business. I think what's important there is that we also build in a good dose of instinct that comes from our depth of experience that we have around the world. So really bring all of those factors together. That gets you to really, really great insights. IHG has taken a major step in terms of bringing insights even further into the core of our business by marrying it together with analytics. So data-driven analytics, working hand in hand with insights. And this function actually reports direct into our Chief Marketing Officer with a key focus which is all about driving transformational guest experiences. And we're in the process now of developing a tool called IHG Concerto, which obviously within GDPR, but allows us to gather that data and information. But importantly, what it does is it will allow us the ability for guests to choose their own attributes. So in a similar way to if you're buying a car, and you're able then to go through a series of choices about personalising your car, making your car personal to you, we'll be able to do the same thing for a guest room, or a guest stay, which I think is really cool. One of the big things, for example, would be identifying white space that exists within consumer needs can lead to either the development of new brands, so whether that might be Avid or more recently Voco, and even then the acquisition or majority acquisition that we have just conducted in Regent. All of that came from insights fundamentally, which is understanding what the consumer looks for and how the industry itself is trending. It can also be small things. Which then are delivered through great guest experiences. So if I might just give an example of that would be, we know that when our intercontinental guests are travelling around the world, they have this real desire to mix business with leisure. That's core to who they are, that's what they want. So when we have a business traveller that's staying in one of our hotels that's not able to then mix in the leisure, we know that is a tension that they have in themselves. We got that from our insights. So a great example I heard of recently was Intercontinental Presidente in Cancun, where I heard that we had a guest that was staying there for a meeting and arrived a day before on a Sunday to do the pre-meet and was busy working away. But what we were able to do was set up a sun lounger on the beach under an umbrella where he could work without the screen reflecting with power sockets. So actually had that opportunity to connect with Mexico despite the fact that actually was working away and emailing wherever it was in the world. And that comes from the depth of insight. Over the next 3 to 5 years in terms of how insights is evolving, I believe that it's going to continue to play such a critical part a part within our business and within our industry.